Hi, I'm Eva Murphy from Electronic Engineering at IT Sligo, and this is my Leaving Cert Maths Grinds channel. I'll regularly add new videos for both higher and ordinary level maths, so make sure you subscribe below and click the bell icon to be notified of new videos. Hi, Leaving Cert. I set you the challenge of this question. Solve the simultaneous equation log to the base 3 of x plus log to the base 3 of y is equal to 2. And the second equation, log to the base 3 of 2y minus 3 minus log to the base 3 of x is equal to 1. Okay, and pause the video now and try the challenge if this is your first time looking at it. So the trick to these ones is that I suppose you resolve each question, or you get rid of the logs in each question first, and try and form two equations in x and y, and then you solve them. Okay, so to do that, I'm just going to label my equations 1 and 2. And I'm going to work on them. I'm going to work on them now. So just looking at equation 1 is log to base 3 of x plus log to the base 3 of y equals 2. So it's very much building on the other log questions that we have been doing as part of this, I suppose, revision series of algebra and indices and logs. Excuse me. So just as before, I'm going to use the rules of logs. I see this one has got a plus sign in the middle as such. So that is telling me that when the base number is the same, I multiply the two terms by each other. Okay, so this will be log to the base 3 of x by y is equal to 2. So to cancel out the logs or to do the switch, you generally have to get a single expression for log like we have done here. So as you know, I tend to use these two here. You can use the switch. Indices and logs are the opposite of each other. So we abuse that when we're trying to write it or cancel out the log part. So what I will do is raise everything up to base 3, knowing that and I got the 3 from here, 3 and log 3 will cancel. And of course, I have to raise the right-hand side up to base 3 as well. I can't do that when it's written as individual expressions of logs. You are best to combine them first. Okay, so let's do that. Let's raise everything up. 3 log to the base 3 of xy is 3, not 3 by 2, but 3 squared, 3 to the power of 2. So what rule am I using? It's this one here, that when I have log to the base a of x, you match the base number and you raise it up, and log a and a cancel, and you're left with just what you were getting the log of. So in that same vein, 3 and log 3 cancel, and I'm left with just what I was getting the log of. And 3 squared is 9. So I'm going to park that equation just there for now till I have a look at what happens to equation 2, and then I'll figure out how to solve them simultaneously. So this one tells me that log to the base 3 of 2y minus 3 minus log to base 3 of x is equal to 1. So this one has a minus in the middle. So therefore I'm going to use this second equation, or the second rule of log here. When it's a minus and the base number is the same, you can combine them by saying it's the log of the first one over the second one. That's when there's a minus in the middle like we have here. So that will look like log to the base 3 of 2y minus 3 over x on the left, and of course being equal to 1 on the right. So just like we did here, I'm going to raise everything up to base 3 so that this cancels. So let's do that. 3 to the power of log to base 3 of 2y minus 3 over x is equal to 3 to the power of 1. He cancels, and I'm left with 2y minus 3 over x is equal to 3 to the power 1 is 3. I suppose I'll bring him up this side. Change color so you can see what I'm doing. so that I have 2y minus 3 being equal to 3 times x. Okay, so my two equations now, let me just write them on another page. I have xy being equal to 9, and I have 2y minus 3 being equal to 3x. Okay, so there are my two equations as they stand. Okay, so because this is a multiply in xy, I'm probably easier to write that in terms of x or y and then sub it into these one. Okay, so let me do that. Let me rewrite this one as it doesn't matter which way I go. X is equal to 9 over y, for example, and then sub them in here for the x, so that I get 2y minus 3 being equal to 3 times, instead of x, I'm going to put in that 9 over y. So you can see now I'm writing it in terms of y. So 3 9s are 27 over y. I'm going to multiply across by y, so I can get rid of this fraction on the bottom, so that I'll end up with 2y squared minus 3y equals to 27. Bring over the 27, 2y squared minus 3y minus 27 equals 0. Okay, so let's solve him. Okay, I don't see the factors jumping out at me, so I'm going to do the minus b formula. So x is equal to, or y is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So y is equal to minus 3 plus or minus the square root of minus 3 squared minus 4ac all over 2 times 2. Okay, let's go up the top up here. So now I have y being equal to minus 3 is 3 plus or minus the square root of, and actually I'll put that square root all into the calculator, square root of bracket minus 3 squared minus 4 bracket 2 bracket minus 27. So I'm getting 15. I've put the square root sign into the calculator already, so I don't need to write it down there, over 4. Okay, let's break that into its two values then. So the first one, y is equal to 3 plus 15 over 4, which is equal to 15, 16, 17, 18 over 4, which is 4.5, or y is equal to 3 minus 15 over 4. So I'm getting y is equal to minus 3. Okay, so then I need to work out my x's. So the easiest one to use is here. So x is equal to 9 over y. So when y was equal to 4.5, x is equal to 9 over 4.5, which is 2. When y was equal to minus 3, x is equal to 9 over minus 3, which is equal to minus 3. Right. Let's have a look. So what I'm looking at here is my answers. Okay, so let me bring them together. My first one is 2 times 4.5, and my second one is my x value, comma, my y value. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, do I need to discard the minus values here? Okay, so I look, because remember we cannot get the log of a negative number. But you have to be careful when you've got expressions like this, because when you sub in your negative numbers, the overall expression could end up being positive, and therefore it's a viable solution then. But when you have this, which is just log of x, okay, then you discard the negative numbers because, well, that's just x. So if it's a negative number, it's going to be log of a negative number. So I discard the negative numbers, and I just write a little note, can't get log of negative numbers. And that's the case when numbers are real. Complex is different, but that's not part of your course. So my answer, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 4.5. Okay, so well done if you got that. If you've enjoyed this video, then why not join us in IT Sligo and use maths in practice. In conjunction with industry, we've designed an exciting new program in electronics and self-driving technologies, which uses cutting-edge techniques such as artificial intelligence, computer vision, and virtual and augmented reality. You'll need a H5 in maths to qualify. Check out the link below.